I'm live, apparently. Let me just check my microphone, see if I am actually working. I have no idea if this is actually happening. I know this is a bit of an impromptu one. I have no warning on this apps at all whatsoever. So just so you know, it is still me. Hello. But this is to see if I can get these bricks and glue them into the relevant gaps around all this. But as you can see, there are little bits of detail on this I don't really want to cover. So we'll see how this goes. Now, this one I have put something to bulk up the inside already, so I can lay the bricks on top of. How it's going to work, I have no idea, but we shall find out. Now, I've not got any of the good glue anymore at the moment, so I just have this cheap craft place tacky glue, which I'm hoping will work. It worked first time I used it, but that doesn't mean it's going to work every time I use it. So let's find a spreader or something to at least jigger it around a little bit so I can try and put these things in. Now, anyone who usually watches me will notice that this isn't going through StreamYard. And that's mainly because StreamYard takes a little bit of a while to shut down and close off, and I may have to rush because if I lose track of time, I'll have school runs to do. But I really wanted to try this. So let's give it a go. See how well these bricks actually fit in, and I think I'm going to have to use tweezers to pick them up and move them. So we shall see how well they fit. Come. Get in there. Tuck yourself down. Thank you. And another one. Now, I know I should have some thin ones as well as thick ones. Like that one there. That one's a nice thin one. So hopefully that's going to fit. Cool. Fit in that gap there. Please, 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 please. Oh, you're not going in that way around, so let's try pushing you in that way around. There we go. There we go. So see if we can actually get it in the light. No, I can't get it in the light. There we go. That's a bit easier to see now. So they do actually go in with a little bit of convincing. I really should have pulled out the thin ones and looked for them first. I really shouldn't have. But that would have required hindsight and me actually having half a brain. So I'm going to look for the thin ones as I'm going through, just so I can fill in this under the shelf or whatever that bit's, because it is not a mezzanine. The what's it called, that bit under the windowsill? That's it. I couldn't remember the word windowsill. Jeez, that's bad. That's really bad. Couldn't remember a simple word. Oh, I've got stuff coming out the doors, which is kind of what I wanted, but not just yet. I do need to try and find. I don't know what's a better idea. If I take the actual top off this, there you see the rest of it. That's just the ones that I've got out at the moment. I've still got the big tub full of them. So please, so don't worry, I'm not going to run out anytime soon, provided I can actually find the size of the bricks that I wanted. Now, I did cut them all up so I could have various different sizes. Now what I've got to do is remember where I've put my bloody knife. There it is. I have my knife. And I also have foam bricks pinging up everywhere, so I need to get this one to fit in there. So let's just try taking a bit off the end, so I can. Roughly, how big is it? It's about that big, I think. Yeah, I am just eyeballing that one because I did. I eyeballed it because I decided to. Hello, anyone who's come to join me in chat. Now, I know it's not on StreamYard, so I have not been able to give out a link for anyone to come up and join me. So I'm slightly sorry for that. I wasn't expecting to do this, but anyone who listened last night will realise that I'm trying to quit smoking. I really want to go for a cigarette right now, and I found that this is probably the best way to distract myself. So there we go. We're getting some brickwork in there, slowly but surely. Now a very tiny brick, which this one might actually be perfect for. If it'll go in straight, please. There we go. Perfect fit in there for that one. I need to. Does a single brick fit in? Please fit in alongside. Just one brick. Just one brick. No, because you're in the way. See, I've got this nice big thing in the way here. If my microphone's not working and anyone pops in, can you please let me know? If my microphone is working, because I have no idea at the moment. I have absolutely no idea at the moment. So, I mean, I could go into the it doesn't seem to show that I'm having problems. So I don't think I've got any sound issues. So I'm going to guess that I haven't. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right. Not being able to hear it. Well, it's a bit of a... In fact, I've just had a brilliant idea. One moment. If I can check that I can hear it, then I can check I can hear it, can't I? I've just got to remember where I've put my phone. Then I can't see the look. We'll find out. Why didn't I think of this first of all? I don't know. So I'm just going to have a quick double check that my sound's coming through. I'm sorry about this because I should be putting more blocks into breaking up windows. I know. But I also need to check that my first time streaming on YouTube without a streaming platform to help me is going to work. It's rather important. It doesn't help when the phone starts making noises that I don't want it to do, though. Does not help at all. So I'm just going to check my sound is working. I've been going for like 10 minutes by now. I'm just going to check my sound is working. Yep. My sound is working fine. So my annoying voice is coming through loud and clear for everyone to hear. Aren't you all glad of that? Probably not. Most people use me to fall asleep too. So I need a couple of half bricks because I have one brick there. So now I need to put 2 half bricks in to the side. So we can actually go brick. And looks like it's actually been laid up quite professionally to a degree. Even though I'm probably the least professional person on the planet. Just going to try and make sure that these 2 bloody things go in. There we go. And then fit a full one over the top. Tuck it in down the edges there. Flatten that in, tuck them all in, everything's right, everything's good. There we go. So chop another block. A little cut that is. Chop. Chop, 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 chop. Thank you. I want you to go flush in there, but I'm going to need an extra tiny slither to go into that little bit. I mean, a really tiny slither to go into that little bit there. See? That tiny little gap. Let's just cut off a little one. Get him in there. There we go. See, allowing pressure to use some of it to help hold it in is nice. I mean, it's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it is nice. So the bricks are slowly. Now, where was the angle? There it is. Because of the light. So layering up bricks slowly over it. I mean, it took a long while to sort it out. And now it's going to take me even longer to layer them up. Hopefully it is all going to be worth it. If not, I just spray paint the foam, it melts away, and I end up with a very, very, very rustic looking building. I do have some people popping in every now and again. Thank you for calling in if you are. Where have you sprung off to? Don't spring off like that. I need you back here, Oxy. I also need you in the camera angle so I can see. I know the whole point of having it on camera is so the people watching can see, but in this case it's so I can see as well. Tweezers. Just push that into place and push you back down there. I want to make sure there's still a crease, or at least something in between to distinguish the two blocks from each other. Right, so now across the top. Now this one should fit quite nice and easily. And a couple more and we'll start working our way over. So if I lay that one up. Right, okay, so I'm going to have to cut that bit off. So I can push it up a little bit, flush it to there. There we go. And does that bit fit? No, does it, buggery? That means I'll cut that bit down as well. I know a lot of this is mind-numbing and not the greatest viewing experience. Hopefully I'll be able to download this and fast track it, speed run it, and actually get it into a video as opposed to as a live stream. Well, as a tester, I just want to see if it actually is going to work, even if remotely how I want it to. So just do this side for now. Where's my spudgy thing, guys? Ooh. Don't hit the light with your tools and utensils, you flaming great idiot. Hey up, Ezra. How's it doing, old chief? How's it doing? I'm breaking up about our wall today, see. I know the wall's already there, and there's nothing really to stop me. Thank you very much. I confirm that my mic is working as well, which is even better. Because now I don't have to worry about whether or not people can hear me. Because I have had people pop in and no one said anything, and then they've left again. So each time I've just had to hope that they could hear, and that it was only me that was making them leave, not some like technical difficulty. And Graham, welcome back. You should like pop something over it so it diffuses it. Better? Is that better, Graham? Oh man, you're the pro when it comes to this compared to me. You are definitely far better. Good evening, Hayde. How are we doing today? I know it's a strange one. You're not used to seeing me during the daytime, eh? Much better. Excellent. Awesome. Thank you very much, Graham. And thanks for coming up last night, by the way. I genuinely enjoyed you having you up last night because it was interesting. I was learning quite a lot of new things. Sorry about the accidents that occurred, and I hope it was fully fixable because that I fear that sound every time I hear it. Every time I hear a model hitting the floor, it's just like, oh no, which one's gone? So I'm well aware of that noise, and I felt for you every time it hit. I really felt for you. So I hope it's worked out okay, and that everything is still usable, and you don't have to reprint everything out again. Right, I've got to get a triangle block to fit into there. You see, this is why I didn't want to do it Synscape's way. Yeah, shields generally are just overpowering a little bit. Just when they overweight it into the areas you don't want it to go into, it's like, oh, for God's sakes, just stop being as heavy. Have I got enough little brick pieces to finish this section of the wall off? I hope so. That's the majority of the wall, and I should still be able to fit the second floor over the top of it. It slots on. Yep. And it's not quite. Damn it, I've got a bead. I've got a bead around the underside. I don't like having a bead around underside. Freaking foam everywhere. Foam everywhere. Let's double check. Right, nope, nothing important for me. I mean, it might have been, but it didn't look like it, so I'm going to say no. So I need a very, very thin bead of this stuff just to go along the top. Roughly how, that's like barely a millimeter thick. I'm going to need to make that. Right, okay. Now, because the light's shining in my eye now. Oh, I don't do things by bloody half still. Let's see if we can get a bead for this. There we go for that. And then we'll try. I'm going to have to use my Christmas present. Yes, I got one of the multifunctional tool pen things as a Christmas present this year. I've yet to use it, but I'm going to find out now if it is even usable as remotely as a ruler. No, is it? No, it's not. No. I'm probably going to have a better chance if I use wood from... Oh, I'm highlighting things. And have a good day, Graham. I hope it's nothing too disastrous or difficult to deal with. So now, instead of using that pen that I was going to use, I'm going to use a ladder from the actual scenery piece that I'm probably not going to use because I'm not going to have the bottom floors accessible. I don't need a ladder to bring me up further higher. So this entire bottom floor here is not going to be accessible anyway. So I'm not going to need anything. I hope to push you up there. That's going to fall off. And again, another little bit of glue. This does take a while to dry. And I really wish I had some of the better glue on it. But wishing, wanting, and actually having are all entirely different things. So I'm going to have to, as per usual, make do with what I've got. There's just not wrong with that. Anyone sits there and goes, oh, you should go out and get the proper stuff. No, make do with what you've got. Use what you've got. You've got it for a reason, so make use of it. You are going to need holding, and I'm not happy about that bit because I don't want to sit here and hold a piece of foam. I'm trying to glue it and not snap my door frame. Okay, so that means door frame's got to be glued back in first. Oh, wonderful. Come over there. You. Right, get in there and stick. No, stick. I need you to stay in place so I can put the bricks on. Afternoon, Miles. How's Lee? It's been far too long since I've had a chat with you, mate. How are you doing? I've been quite busy though, so I don't know why I keep looking as though I've got my camera from StreamYard, and I don't have my camera set up from StreamYard, so it's absolutely pointless me looking in that direction. So you're staying on there now, that's good. You're in there now, that's good. Now let's start on the other side. Well, this is only a tester, as I said, just to check that my idea does actually work. Because the one thing I really don't want to have to do is have Jessica sat there going, yeah, I told you, because that'll just do my head in. That will really just do my head in. So I want to make sure this works, just so I'm well out of the told you so range. Let's face it, Synscape does like to say, I told you so when I'm concerned. Mainly because of my ability to think that I'm right because I'm right by simple virtue of being me. Call it arrogance if you want. I just call it self-confidence. I mean, I call it self-confidence. Everyone else does call it arrogance. Manchester's known for its swagger. So I'm quite happy with all that. God, that Manchester accent really came out then, didn't it? I apologise. All right, back to tweezers, because I'm at the bottom bit again, I've just realised. Oh, how can you just realise you're on the bottom bit now when you've just been applying glue to it? Easy. I'm me. And things don't always dawn on me quite the same way. That would have been the original plan, but I'm trying to get it done. So I've definitely got enough time to go out and get little in when it comes time for finishing school. So I am having to cut one or two little corners, like not letting it go tacky before I stick anything on. And I'm just going to have to hope, and there's a big hope, that it doesn't all fall apart on me when I put it down and go outside later to come back to find it all over my desk. He hasn't got Sticky Steve for nothing. Good evening, good afternoon, Lee. Good afternoon. Ooh, I'm getting quite a development of the old Scousers in here today. I'm getting overrun by Liverpoolians. Help! I'm getting overrun by Liverpoolians. The worst fare for a Mancunian. I suppose it's that I'm getting overrun by the Welsh. Oh, you've got your stream up and you're airbrushing. Well, I'm not airbrushing because it's noisy as shit. So I'm gluing instead. Oh, for God's sake, you just stay. I'm going to have to super glue you out. Just to hold in place for long enough for me to get these bricks in. So all I need you to do, just one piece of wood to hold in place for long enough bricks to be placed. Please. That's a little one, and one more for that size, and then this is the one I'm not happy about. I'm going to have to really cut this down and fit it in snugly, and it is so small of a gap. I'm really not sure if I can see. I almost lost a piece of finger then. I know you got the same. You ended up with the same air compressor that I'm using at the moment, if I remember rightly. It's the 1.5. Is it the 1 litre tank underneath the compressor, so he's not constantly trying to suck in the air. You actually get a break once it's filled the tank up and it shuts off for a bit, so your ears can stop bleeding. I'll say the one I've got. It's one I'm using, should I say. It's not actually mine. It just happens to be in my possession. And I still keep looking at where my normal face cam would be. And then I look there and I realise there's nothing there. My phone is not plugged in. I am not using StreamYard. So what on earth am I doing? Nope, you're going to want to cut up into 2. So let's chop that bit off there. Put you in there, but now you're 2. So I need to put another one in there and find the other block. There it is. Painstakingly try and fit it into that little gap there. Back to the tweezers to where are they? There they are. Just to try and pop everything back into its place where it should be. Oh, nice. Now, see, I've got that recently to try out on the airbrush for my Zenithal. Oh, it's mirrored. It's Vallejo primer, essentially. So I'm going to try that on the airbrush for my Zenithal highlighting, which I've never been able to do. So please, if anyone's expecting, ooh, Zenithal highlighting, that sounds like it's going to be good. I'm useless at it. It's why I use the slap chop method a lot of the time, because I find it easier than the Zenithal with an airbrush or with a spray can. Right, are you going to hold up this time if I leave you there? Good on you. Good on you. Now I can chop this down without risk of slicing my fingers off. Well, a less risk of slicing my fingers off anyway. There's always a risk of me cutting my fingers off. I mean, I walked down the stairs yesterday and ended up with bloody cut on the back of my little knuckle. So to say I don't cut myself would be a vast understatement. Because it happens way too frequently. A lot of the time I don't even realise how. Ah, she must be obeyed. She must be obeyed. Off to the shop she go. I see what I've been going for. Right now, my live time has stopped ticking at the 30-minute mark for some strange reason. Oh no, it's just jump. Oh, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. This is the first time I've used YouTube's direct streaming ability to do a stream. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on or what's going to happen. Not having two cameras is certainly throwing me off. And do I have, where's that little one gone? There it is. Got fit. Fit. Nope, no thank you. Well burning does not sound like a fun thing to do. I'm dangerous enough with a pair of tweezers. Never mind something that basically a bloody plasma torch. So that window, I've got a feeling it's going to end up looking better than that one because I've not filled in those edges. That's going to be a pain, but I'm going to have to go back and do it. In the meantime, however, brick. Turn the knife the right way around, you great pillock. This is how you, that's how you end up slicing your finger open last time. Because I'm in Egypt at the best of it. So hopefully a lot of this is going to get filled in with little bits is the idea. I don't know if it's going to work. I'll really press that in there. Normally, if I end up on a project like this, it's usually because I've been inspired by something. However, this one is completely my own madness. So I can't blame anyone for this one. Normally I can go, right, I tried this because I saw it on blah, 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 blah. But no. Not in this case. Granted, if my tiles would have gone wrong, I would have said I'd not followed XYZ procedure properly from the video that I was copying. That would have been easy. But in this case, I'm not copying a bloody video. I've got an image in my head and I'm trying my best to get it into a physical item. And it's working to some degree. But I have a long way to go to actually get it up to the level that I would like it to be. You know, it's gone tacky and it's actually also starting to dry, which isn't good. Where's my spudgy? Spudge. Get in there. You're supposed to be holding them in. Oh, God. Oh, so you know Lee as well, do you, Steve? Lee gets about a lot, doesn't he? I've missed the last couple of or any stream that I've even wanted to attempt to try and get hold of. I don't even think I managed to get the last of Daniel's streams. I'm still working on that art piece for, but I'm still not happy with it. Now to cut down, so that needs to straighten up, and that needs to go. Cut another angled piece. Quite a small angled piece as well, actually. Let's hope that's small and tweezers. Let's hope that's about the right size. Give or take. It's almost spot on, that. Ah, right, okay. Well, it'll be interesting then if I could ever get you both on at the same time when you buy some headphones. So I'm not getting feedback from the massive monitor speakers of yours. It would be quite interesting to have you both up, actually. Right, I need something to go in there. Just to stop it from sliding, I hope. There we go. And that one goes up there. And then I need at least one more angled block. It's going to be quite a steep angle. Ooh, new headphones and a new camera. Right, then you need to come and join me one Monday. You need to come and join me one Monday. All it takes is for you to go, I'm here, and you will get the link. You never forget those that helped you start. Or at least I don't want to ever forget those that helped me start. And you are part of those who helped me start. Ah, shit. That didn't work how I wanted it to. That just pushed all that right out of line. Push you up. I need a couple of thinny ones to start filling in that area up there. Okay, so it is a short one today, and I'm only 40 odd minutes so far, and I'm actually coming close to where I need to be to finish. I just need to check the angle on that because it does look more like a rhombus than a square. Ah, amazing. Where's that one gone? There it is. No! Don't. Slash, cut, done. Fit in there. There we go. Now that side is not got the nice neat trim on the top, has it? And it's also lost its little slim thing from the middle. It did have a little shim in it, which seems to have disappeared. Where's my little shim gone? I'm going to take that piece out entirely because my shim was supposed to be in there and I've had to move it over. So I'm going to put a bigger brick in instead. And force align that lot up together. I'm going to say force line. I'm going to push this all in. Just one part. See, that bit's falling out now. I found my shim. It's attached to my thumb. See, there it was. Tiny little shim. I stuck in the middle. So I'm going to need to press, either score that down, which, let's face it, is not going to be a fun or easy job. Because none of it's actually stuck yet. Just trim this down a little bit. Then that should give me the room I need for the little finisher at the top that I've done on this side. So I should be able to put that, what looks to be a thin beam. A thin beam, not a gym beam. For those people who are thinking that I need a drink, I don't need a drink. A thin beam. Over the top of that, there we go. It's called a lintel. Thank you. See, I never claimed to be intelligent or not stupid, and I can just barely about make myself known and my idea known. So it's a lintel. So there you go. I've got two lintels, one over each section of. Now you see, Graham was really right because my camera and brightness is way out on this one. So I've got two lintels. I've got one haggedy baggedy, but it is supposed to be a bombed out building, so there will be bricks on the floor coming through on the floor around here, coming through the windows. I may even break one or two of these little bits in here, just so I can have more of it come out, and then fill up all that side and the inside with more bricks and more bricks and more bricks and more bricks and more bricks. But before I do any of them, I've got to cover the frigging building. Just one nice big lintel. Yep, I'm just checking I'm getting it right again. Just one nice lintel right across the door frame. Just to even that out. And that can be a solid block rather than bricks. Because it's possible. 41st millennium, if you can't cut bloody big rock. Good afternoon, Buzzard. How is it afternoon? It is afternoon. It is afternoon. Good afternoon, Buzzard. How are you doing, man? Sorry about last night. I didn't get the message until essentially after I'd come in. I had my phone on charge. As soon as it hits 11 o'clock, it goes into nighttime mode, which means that it doesn't receive messages if it's plugged in and charging, which I had to have it doing because I was using my phone as a camera. So I didn't receive any messages until like way afterwards when I unplugged my phone and went to bed. So I am sorry. I would have sent you the link had I known. Most direct way to do it is, well, you tried the most direct way actually, and it failed because of what I was doing. No, I'm still trying to, essentially, about when I started this stream, I wanted to go for a cigarette and decided instead of going for a cigarette, I'm going to try out what I was planning last night. So I'm not going like stupidly into it. I'm just going to do the one side with the windows at the minute, which is this side, just to see how it turns out. If it turns out okay, then I know I can carry on. If it fails miserably, like I'm doing at the minute by pulling bricks off because I'm a fucking moron, then I know it doesn't work. I take all the bricks off and I go to my other idea, which is parchment paper or baking paper, and then laying the bricks down on that and gluing them together to build walls, because I can peel it off the baking paper. So once they get set and stuck and they're all right, I can peel it off it, and it should by then be okay. I hope. That's the plan. Won't my plans ever work? I don't think my plans have ever, there it is. I don't think my plans have ever worked whenever I've tried them. So we shall see. We shall see. Right, now I'll leave that to dry. So, for my first attempt, that is my brick walling. Well, I've got to leave it to dry, and I'm going to have to put the other floor on to hold it in place, because I just realised that it's rising up. So stay there, please. So once I've actually got the second floor on, it does actually protrude a little bit, which gives it a little bit more feasibility. Is it going to stop a bullet? Because let's face it, that thickness there compared to what is essentially double the thickness underneath, I'd prefer the double thickness as opposed to. Now this bit is a fun bit because I can actually just remove all the windows from here if I wanted to, and just go brick, 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 which I think I'll try. But overlapping all the edges that I'm going to need to cut off at future dates, so I can maintain the jiggly, jaggly, janky pattern of a broken wall. Just getting all the bricks down at the moment, and it is a tedious process, I will admit. Right, so you used grout for essentially what I did with them. Now that's just a foam plate, bit of Mod Podge, mechanical pencil, a bit of painting afterwards. And although I can etch into foam, I don't like it because it pulls and it scrapes, and I don't always want that look. So this is why this time I've gone for bricks. And I've used bricks before to make my cobbled street, so it's not like I'm unaware of what I'm getting myself into. I'm quite aware of what is essentially the biggest pain in the backside I can think of to do for myself. So let's move you out of the way so you can dry over there, because I'm getting mixes of PVA glue here. So I'm going to have to just do this bit on its own and come back and pop them on later to make sure they still fit with each other. Then, so last night's stream was a bit of a weird one for me because normally I send out a load of invites, or I let people know that obviously when people know live, some people like to come up and join me. But normally when I send out invites, they don't get taken up on. Or very rarely, it's like 2 people who will frequently go, yeah, I'll come up, give you someone to talk to. Last night, however, I ended up with loads. I actually had a full panel for a change. So much so that not everyone could talk. It doesn't particularly bother me. I can sit and be quiet, or I can sit and talk either way. But it was a very, very odd situation for me last night. I don't know how, if it was to ever get a 10-person panel, I don't know how I'd go on. Panels are quite difficult to keep control of, but they're not that bad as long as, well, you dominate the majority of your stream. So me having 2 cameras up for the majority of it and things like that helped. But wow, there was a lot of people on last night for me. More than I usually get. I think a couple of regulars with Joey and Jessica. Obviously, I had a few news up last night as well. I had Graham from Graham's Hobby Workshop up there with me, which was a nice one because those gilded custodes look amazing. Not gilded, gold leafed. Is that gilding? I can't remember. Gold leafed custodes, they did look amazing. As well as the sisters that go with it, because he's gold leafed the whole lot. So getting a chance to see them, I'm actually working on fixing his Titan again. Which I'm really, so I heard that crash and it was almost heartbreaking. Because I knew what had happened. Anyone who's in this hobby knows what that crash sound means when you hear that model hit the deck. Okay, so we've got more brick walling, which will be cut out to match the profile. Once it's dried, I can then start hacking away to get it to meet up. Now then, I have what appears to be a very nice side with more windows. Excellent. But I can't balance it on that side at the minute. What am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this big piece here and I'm going to measure it and see if it fits. That is a very, very nice fit, if you ask me. Again, I'm going to have to, well, first of all, put the bloody model back together and then hack out the underside piece and then you see grout. What I might do is afterwards is go back over it with something like grout, just to literally give it that solid adhesive so it can bounce pretty much essentially. If you can get it to that degree, I'll be quite happy. But I'm thinking that would make quite a nice floor. So as soon as I've now got to the point where I've got to wait for stuff to dry. So I'm just going to throw a bit of tacky glue. It says tacky glue, it's friggin' school PVA. Well, that's what it seems like to me anyway. Smear it all in there. And we'll have flooring on this floor. Not sure how I'm going to etch it in yet. Just know that I'm going to. So there we go. We have a flooring in. We have... Stop on coming. It's not coming undone usually. So we have the flooring, and we have the start. Oh, Steve, have you seen my two kaijus? So there we go. That's to try and get it at least with some degree. It's got some 3D-ness to it now. Not sure how I'm going to cover these. I might just use the grout method for these, to be quite honest, just fill in all the gaps there. Now it's got 3D, it's got depth compared to what is essentially that flatness. It just doesn't look good to me. To have it that flat, it just, no, not good. So we're going to do that. No, Joey, I'm not still going from yesterday. I quit from last night. Today, I'm essentially trying to use this to hold off going for a cigarette. So I've been gluing. That's what the bricks were being cut up for last night, so I can build them up onto the wall there. And then build them up onto that wall there. So it's worked so far. But now I've got to let it dry so I can flip it over and do the other side. So I will no longer be going for any more today. But what I might do is later, I might go to my usual. In fact, let's turn that around. I'm going to scare you all now. Right. So, for temporarily, time being, this is done for now. I've got to let it dry. Right. So that's scarier. Jeez. So yeah, this is done for now. I'm going to go let it dry, both the floor and the bricks. I make up that side. I may come back to it later on tonight, but I'll be running. Did I just see bricks fall off then? Please don't say I saw bricks fall off. No, it's just bricks falling out of the other building. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I can deal with that. They just fell out of there. I can do that. So I may come back on later tonight. If I do, I'll do it through StreamYard so people can come up and join me. If that's the preferred method of what everyone likes for me, rather than just seeing this one and then me chatting and blah 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 blah, just going through being me essentially, boring you all to death. We'll find out. So yeah, I will come up later on to tell my phone to go fuck itself, and hopefully I'm going to go and do the two big walls later on tonight. Then when they've done, I'll be able to carve this side off so it follows the profile again, so it's jagged and nice and up and down. Yeah, it actually looks like the broken wall. I can get the two big walls done and maybe even move on to this side. If I can do that, then I'll start looking at filling up the inside with more brick to actually create the ramp that's going to be going up from the ground floor up to the second floor through that gap, which will also be cut out. I've got a lot of cutting to do tonight. A lot of cutting to do last night. But thank you, everybody who's come to join me today. All of you, Steve, Lee, Ezra, Joey. Have I missed anyone? Graham, Hadwick, Hade, because I can never get your name right. I am sorry, and I know you probably curse me under your breath every time, but I still can't get your name right. So, Hade, thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing any of you want to come back later. That'll be wonderful, because I enjoy talking to you, and it's not as good talking to yourself, because I know what I'm going to say and I know what my answers are going to be. You lot can fill me with all sorts of information. It's wonderful. But for now, I'm going to say thank you. If you like to hit the subscribe button, like buttons, comments, anything like that, please feel free. But there is no obligation. Other than that, have a good day and drive safe.